Have you ever felt that pull in two different directions where one part of you has these huge, incredible dreams for your life and another part just can't seem to get off the couch? We're going to get into that feeling, that really common, really human struggle. Yeah, this. This is the feeling, isn't it? You can see the goal so clearly. You can imagine what success feels like, but taking that very first step, it feels like you're trying to move a mountain. If this is you, I want you to know you're not alone in this. And more importantly, you are not broken. So let's just walk through a little cycle that, well, it might feel a little too familiar. It's a pattern that can leave you feeling like you're just stuck, running in place. It starts in the morning, right? The alarm goes off, and for that one clear moment, there's this little surge of hope. You think, okay, today is the day. Today, I finally start that project, or write that first page, or finally make that call. The motivation feels real. But then you pick up your phone, you tell yourself, oh, just for a couple of minutes, just to wake my brain up. And then you blink and an hour is just gone. Poof! And that clean morning energy, that's gone too. And what's left is this kind of sinking feeling that the day is already getting away from you. And fast forward to the end of the day, you're lying there in the dark, and that big important thing you were gonna do is still sitting there completely untouched. And the guilt starts to creep in. You're so disappointed in yourself, and you make that same old promise. Tomorrow will be different. But you and I both know, tomorrow, that cycle just starts right over again. So why? Why does this keep happening? I mean, is it some deep character flaw? Are you just missing willpower? Well, not really. The answer is actually deep in our psychology, in this internal battle that our brains are basically hardwired for. Think of it like this. There's a war going on in your mind. On one side, you've got your ambition. That's the part that dreams big, that wants success. But on the other side, you've got this much older, much more powerful part of your brain, the survival brain. And its only job, its prime directive, is to keep you safe by avoiding pain, seeking comfort, and running away from any possibility of failure. So, here's the big twist. What we call laziness isn't really laziness at all. It's your brain's ancient survival program just doing its job a little too well. When you face a big, tough goal, your brain sees risk. It sees potential pain and the chance of failure, and it screams, danger! So it offers you an easy escape, the cozy, safe comfort of distraction. And the survival brain has a favorite weapon in its arsenal. It's called perfectionism. It sounds so good, doesn't it? Oh, I just have really high standards. But if we're being honest, it's just a fancy excuse to stay stuck in the planning phase forever. Because hey, if you never actually start, you can never fail, right? The dream stays perfect and safe inside your head. Just let that sink in for a second. We're so terrified of failing that we choose to do nothing. But doing nothing, that is the real failure. See, when you fail at something, you learn, you get feedback, you grow. But when you do nothing, you just stay exactly where you are, learning absolutely nothing. Okay, so we've kind of diagnosed the problem, we get the internal conflict. So now for the big question, what do we actually do about it? How do we start teaching that old survival brain that a little discomfort isn't actually a threat, but the only real path to growth? Well, here's the good news. There are actual concrete strategies for this. And we're not talking about trying to find some magical burst of motivation. No. We're talking about building a practical toolkit, a set of systems and little mental shifts that work even on the days you really don't feel like it. First, let's talk about the mental game. You have to stop waiting to feel ready and just start. That's what imperfect action is. Do it badly if you have to. Then focus on just showing up every day, even if it's only for 10 minutes. That's how you build consistency, which is way more powerful than waiting for motivation to strike. And when you mess up, and you will, you have to practice self-compassion. Beating yourself up is a terrible motivator. All right, now for the physical world. Look, you can't win a battle of willpower against your environment every single day. You'll lose. So you have to design a better one. Put your phone in another room. Make it harder to reach than your work. Clean your desk so it signals focus to your brain. And treat your time like it's valuable. Block it off in your calendar and protect it. You know, learning to accept these truths right here is like a superpower. You have to get it through your head that you're almost never going to feel like doing the hard work. Your first draft, your first attempt, it's probably going to be pretty bad. And that's okay. Progress is messy. It goes up and down. The key is just to get back on track the next day without dragging all that guilt along with you.
So we've covered the why and the how, but all the knowledge in the world is totally useless without action. So let's bring this all home to the one thing that really matters: what you do the minute this is over.
First, let's just completely reframe how you see yourself. Can we agree on this? The reason you freeze isn't because you have some character flaw. It's because your ambitions are so huge that your brain just short circuits. It's a totally normal response to being overwhelmed.
And right here, this is the heart of the problem. A dream is just a wish until you give it a ladder, a structure made of small, manageable steps. Without that system, your big ambition just sits there, looking beautiful and totally intimidating.
And this is the solution. This is how you win. You don't overcome that massive wall of resistance by trying to smash through it. No, you just take a tiny hammer and you chip away at it, one small action at a time. Each little tap teaches your brain, hey, this isn't so scary after all.
So, here's a direct challenge. It is so easy to consume content about productivity, isn't it? It feels like you're making progress, but it's really just another form of procrastination. The real change, the real work, begins the second you close the screen and take one tiny step in the real world.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Not what are you going to do tomorrow or what's your 5-year plan? No, right now. What is the smallest, easiest, most ridiculously tiny thing you can do to move forward? Is it writing one sentence, putting your running shoes by the door, just cleaning off your desk? That one small action, that's everything. Go do it.